The Nintendo GameCube is one of Nintendo's most underrated consoles, and generally the GameCube has a lot to offer. Compared to the previous console at the time, the N64, its graphics were a lot more polished, and there's loads of variety for everyone to enjoy. The only trouble with the GameCube is that they were coming up against some newcomers while it is entering the age of video gaming, that being the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. And as we all know, these two are still around today. Now, you guys might know the GameCube, either from that whole meme of the GameCube intro, or from having one yourself. I only got one for myself because I'm pretty crazy. Today, I'll be talking about my GameCube video game collection, which consists of 4 games, because I want to give you guys an interesting point of view on the games that I own from that era. All of these games are pretty amazing and none of them would really rank in my top 10 worst. So with that, let's just get straight into it. Despite receiving mixed to negative reception from the critics, I'm definitely not the first person to say that Shadow the Hedgehog is a good game. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Sonic franchise in general, probably most likely due to the weird community it has, but this game is actually pretty interesting. While most people complain about the over-the-top edginess, I just think that the edginess is the icing on the cake. Again, maybe I'm delusional. Okay, let's look at the gameplay of this game. So the main story is that you play as Shadow the Hedgehog, who is currently suffering from heavy amnesia.
Damn it! What does it all mean? These memories, the doctor's actions and words. Nothing makes sense.
The way the game has been laid out too is also pretty unique, as you have to do a bunch of missions, and there are many different tasks that will lead you either to a good side or a bad side, or if you just get a Chaos Emerald, you just go to the neutral side and progress on. What I'm saying here is that you could literally decide what Shadow the Hedgehog becomes, and that's pretty interesting to me. My one complaint is that some of the platforming can be a bit too, well, difficult for me. Crap, damn. Oh, okay, too early. Oh, at least I brought back to the crocodile with me. But overall, it's just a really enjoyable game, and I kind of recommend this one. Okay, this is already a downgrade. Okay, who here remembers robots? Because I do, and I have to say, I quite like the movie myself. And this is coming from a guy who generally does not like animated kids films. But this game, it's just okay. It's not amazing or in the slightest bit memorable, unlike the actual film. I mean, why are there scrap robots attacking a poor chap who's just trying to get his way into Robot City? I mean, why? There needs to be a motivation for all this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind this, but the combat is kind of boring and lackluster in this game. When you have to search something in one of the levels, that, for me, is probably the only real engaging thing about this video game. Might have to give this game a second chance someday, because I only played the first 3 levels of the game. But hey, that doesn't affect my opinion of the movie. It's still great, and I do hope they make a sequel of Robots someday. Oh, never mind then.
And for an invention of mine, remote control. You can use it to control your little friend. Find all the blueprint pieces and bring them to me. Head out that door and take a look.
Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a Star Wars game for the GameCube. Hooray! This game is all about Jango Fett, the Mandalorian bounty hunter that appeared in everyone's favorite Star Wars film. At least, it was mine anyway. Graphics-wise, it doesn't look the best, but hey, it's GameCube. This was legit stuff for its time. In terms of navigation, it's the sole reason why I haven't really gotten far into the game, but from what I played, it's been literally a blast. I mean, you can do this. Like Robots, I haven't gotten far into the game to give it a proper rating, but so far, it's a pretty interesting game. It's not the most fun, but it's still interesting enough. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this game, unfortunately. The opinion I'm about to say is pretty controversial. Mario Kart is overrated. This game's the best racing game. FZero GX is by far the best experience I had with the GameCube. Every time I play a racing game, I just feel I'm playing the same game, but not this one, because unlike most racing games, the vehicles are automatically pretty fast, and you have to rely on tactics in order to get to first place. For example, the speed boosts on the ground actually helps improve your placement in the overall race. Not to mention that in the second and third laps, you can use like some sort of boost that can accelerate you higher, but it also takes damage as well as you crashing into things. Again, you need to use tactics for this game, and that's what's so special about it. Also, all the characters in the F-Zero, well, with the exception of a few, actually have an interesting motivation why they want to race in the Grand Prix. For example, Octoman wants to race in order to help his family and in order to save his planet as a whole. Zoda, on the other hand, wants to win the Grand Prix in order to sponsor his plans to take over the world. Sounds generic, but it's so funny that it is. Silver Nielsen owns the record on participating in the most amounts of F-Zero races in a row, but since he's about to turn 100, he's been considering retirement. Michael Chain is the head of a gang called the Bloody Chain, and he races in the F-Zero Grand Prix in order to prove to them that he's their boss, although he's been failing and many people left his gang. Mighty Gazelle used to be a human, but then he was severely injured by one of the F-Zero Grand Prix where he became a cyborg. All of these characters, like them or not, are so uniquely created that you want to win those races for them, you feel sorry for them, and you want to make sure they do their best in the F-Zero Grand Prix. Which is why I get extremely sad every time Octoman's car crashes. But why? Octoman was so young. He's only... Oh right. Anyway, these were just my opinions of these GameCube games. What are yours? I'm open to any opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for 55 subscribers. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.